All right, everyone, I want you out on the dance floor. It's Saturday night. We're here to have some fun. That's right. Shake that money maker. Welcome to Club 5 Star. I'm your host, Dean. And this is my dancer. This is my dancer, Fernando. Say hi, Fernando.
Hi, Fernando.
Never gets old. Never gets old.
Oh, yeah.
Inside. No, it works? All right, who cares? All right. Enough playing around. Never's enough playing around. So, okay. Well, good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is having a good time. Hope we have the microphone on. Otherwise, that really sucks.
Let's try again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we already tried again once.
Right. What's going on, guys?
For those of you that are curious what this is in the background, our friends at ATG dropped this off this week, and they're like, hey, guys.
Just put it in the background.
Have some fun with this.
Yeah.
And we're like, damn it, it's lights. I like lights. So let us know. Let us know what you think. If the lights are annoying, I'm on the fence. I kind of would like. I have an idea for lighting, and like these. So here's the thought. Since we're all just kind of getting here, I was thinking about getting LED strips, like the LED lights, and putting them inside of the slot wall, so that during the show it just does like LED crap in the wall. I don't know if it's a good idea. It's probably a terrible idea, but why not? All right, what is Fang asking here? Time alignment equalization in a car more than 10 channels would drive me crazy. Yeah, it's not as fun as you would think. It's a lot of work. It is, but hey, ooh, what that was weird. Was that my eyes or was that the camera?
I think that was the camera.
Oh, that was weird. That was strange. The camera's like just doing freaky crap.
What's up, Josh?
Yeah. So, do you sell Access T-Runners for 2020 Accord? We sell everything that's Access. If you're interested in getting something, the easiest way to do that is to call Paul, 727-216-6170. I'll let that stream back through. That is call Paul, 727-216-6170. If you have a part number, it will make your life easier. Not saying he can't look it up, but metroonline.com is a place you can go to find those cool things.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Jeff? So today we are wearing our shirts. Man, we're just having a hard time with this stuff.
Yeah.
I, of course, have my Brian Mitchell shirt on. He has his Jeff Smith shirt on. The reason why we're doing that is there was this little thing called Knowledge Fest that happened last weekend, which is why we weren't here. We were out there doing fun things, as it were.
Fun things.
We were doing stuff with Morel. And at the end of all that, we had the award ceremony. And the three of us, myself, Jeff Smith, and Brian Mitchell, won some awards. And it was pretty cool. So we thought we'd spend a couple minutes here at the beginning of the show just kind of going over that. And then, of course, if you have questions, feel free to queue them up in the background. Fernando will tag them, of course, so we can answer those as time goes off. Dean, what did you win for those who don't know? And I will get to that. I actually brought the box here. So first off, it would have been smart if I had the winners queued up. Do you have a winners list by chance? I mean, I can get it real quick.
Perfect.
I think we talked about it on the news the other day, so I know it's there.
Yes.
We'll just head over to CE Outlook real quick, and we'll.
What's up, everyone? I'm trying to find. What's up, Bobby?
What are you trying?
Email poll is quick. Okay. I mean, yeah, you can email Paul if it's.
Yeah, Bobby.
quicker.
Bobby has bought stuff from him,
So yes, for sure.
Yeah.
When does the Dean T-shirt get released? I mean, it's there, right there. I mean, it's right here.
Yeah. I'm not that guy.
No?
No.
You're not that cool?
I'm definitely not that cool. Dude. I know it's in here. There we go. All right, so Brian Mitchell.
Jose, ¿qué pasa, man?
Won Installer of the Year, so you got a big trophy. I won Trusted Tech. I have a smaller trophy. And then we have Sales Pro went to Dan Bauman of Titan Motoring.
Awesome guy.
Expediter of the Year went to Titan Motoring. Rookie of the Year went to Jeremy Taco Patterson from Speaker Box.
Yep.
And then we have Mr. Jeff Smith won. What do they call vendor? No, there's a cool name for it. Vendor Support Tech of the Year went to Jeff Smith.
Yes.
So pretty cool there.
What am
I looking at? Hey, fellas, what's up, Ray?
What's that, Ray?
Ray is friends from Titan Motoring, who, of course, took home a bunch. All right, so, and Dan Bauman works with him.
Yes.
I always say it wrong, but that's okay. So this is the piece of glass that I got.
Let's put it in the background so they can see it.
No, not helping.
Kind of.
Yeah, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
But anyways, this was it. So this is the coveted piece of glass. That's nice. This was a big deal for me. I know a lot of you guys are going, oh, no, this was a huge deal for me. I've been trying to get this one for a long time. My friend Ada convinced me this was something I should do, and other than calling him crazy, it became a focus point for me to do. So it was a huge deal to get.
That's for sure.
Exactly.
Yes.
I did a write up on Facebook about my whole night and how it went down, and it was fun. It was fun. But the reason why we're going to talk about it, and it's great to talk about these things. However, our good friend John Catalano, who is used to work with Amp Global, and now he works with Sword Vega Diamond.
Yep.
He was there taking pictures along with us. We were taking pictures during this whole thing, and he was nice enough to grab my camera from my hand as I went up on stage, because at that point my brain was turning into such mush.
It's not a bad idea.
What's that?
Put it in.
Okay. I can do that.
Please don't drop it.
Not me. No. I didn't even want to bring it here.
You can even see it.
I know. It's like. It's so nerve-wracking.
Still.
Nope. Utterly pointless. Good job, Christian.
No, just bring it over here because somebody is gonna ask, and then you can.
Anyways.
Hey, what's up, Mel? How you doing, buddy?
We got some pictures from the event.
Yes.
And we're going to share a couple of them with you. We're not going to go too crazy on this because, we got tons of questions. I know you guys.
What's up, Elias?
And actually, you'll get to see some of these people that are in the comments.
Yeah.
Because, hey, they're in the pictures. So I'm going to jump over to my laptop here, which is number 2.
What's up, dog?
And, all right, so this is Mr. Chris Cook. He is the man in charge. It was backed up by our good friend, Mr. Ben Wu from the CMA.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another picture of Ben. He's with the CMA, so he will be hosting the CMA in Canada here shortly.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get to the good pics. Let me scroll down here. So the Pimp My Ride guys were there, and that is these guys right here.
Yeah.
We got some of them having good times. Yeah, they were loving it. And then that's from he's from Speaker Box.
Speaker
right?
Box, yes.
Yeah, Speaker Box. All right, so we'll come back out of here, and then
that's Titan.
This is a whole group of people.
Oh, I thought that was Titan.
No.
Okay.
Feel free to. Listen, I'm not even going to try to name everyone in these pictures.
Right.
Taco is the guy here on the end, the big guy here on the end.
Yes.
That is Taco. He won Rookie of the Year. We got the Canadian.
The
Canadians.
Yeah.
Conrad, the Canadian here. This guy right here works for Go Fast. He won Rep of the Year?
Rep of the Year,
Rep of the Year.
Jonathan Mercado.
Yeah, so congratulations to him. This is his second year in a row, so he's doing really well. All right, so here is the Titan group.
Titan family.
So this is the Titan family. They brought everybody with them.
Well, no, half of it.
They brought half of everybody with them.
Yes.
So Mr. Ray West is right here with his striking green tie in the background. Dan is over here hiding behind his beautiful wife. We got Dave Kaz over here.
Spencer.
Randy is hiding conveniently behind his wife, behind Dan's wife. Spencer is the shiny teeth right here.
Over there.
Sorry. This is Seth. Seth is the bald guy.
Yeah. Spencer
is over here.
Of course, Phil.
Yes, Phil and his wife. who are in Barbados, because they don't have to
have
roll
fun.
with us. Here is two more winners. This is Jonathan from Go Fast, as well as Lord Philip, I believe is what he goes by, who won. What did he win? Like rep? I don't know.
That's a lot of winners.
A lot of winners. Both of those
that's
guys.
Awesome.
Kicker took home a prize for Marine. So
very nice, Lori.
Lori's right there for these guys that don't know what Lori looks like. She's right there. And then here's Jeff, Pimp Jeff.
Yep.
Went with his big piece of glass for winning. These are the Alpine guys. Eric here in the blue shirt is the one that does all the YouTube videos right now. He's been in a couple of our videos. Here's a cool picture of Ray getting it on. Ray's a tall guy. So there we go.
It's my size, kind of.
No, yeah, whatever. There's Taco.
There he is.
Yeah, he was excited.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that was pretty cool for him. Here's Dan and Elias, who's somewhere in the comments.
Yeah.
Rep firm. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys got it. Yeah.
There he is right there. Lord Phil. Yep. So I got it right. And that is Elias with Dan. Elias is a former Sales Pro of the Year also. So they're getting their picture on.
Yes, Titan. It's in Tennessee.
Yep. Retailer of the year. One of the retailers of the year was Freeman's. So this is them. They own a multi-store chain out in North Carolina. And then the other gentlemen that won are out of Texas. And I don't remember.
Sound Evolutions.
Sound Evolutions. Yeah, Sound Evolutions out of Texas. If you saw any of the stuff from Dallas Knowledge Fest last year, those were the guys that made that really cool caged, looked like a Corvette. But it wasn't. So cool there. Yeah. Here's Brian with, hold on.
Oh, you went.
Brian with the dogs. Security.
Who let the dog?
So Haley picked this song for him. The Who Let the Dogs Out song. That was Haley, and he went with it. So she was freaking out. She couldn't believe that he did that.
Awesome, man.
There's the man himself, Mr. Philip, and his beautiful wife.
Yep.
They took home. They got 3. All in all, they took home 3 awards, which is really cool. So that is pretty cool. Moving on. All right, so these are all Sales Pros of the Year.
Yes.
So you guys might recognize this guy right here. He's been on the show before. Jason, Elias, we just talked about, and then Mr. Soundshield himself.
Yes. Robert.
That's why I'm
pointing. Oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, sure.
Dude, I can't remember everyone's name when I'm on the spot.
Come on, man.
It's like, come on. It's not a good place to be. We have Adam Devine. Yeah. We have last year, Marty Adams Check was the winner last year. And we have Dalton from Cartoons.
Yes.
Yep, Cartoons. And all right, so then we got a big pick here of just a whole bunch of people.
MEA people.
This is all MEA people, the people that make it happen. Scroll down. Here's this is Richard from the MEA, Marty and Brian, former winner, current winner, and then just a bunch of guys. Little Fernando here in the background, hanging out with Marty, Conrad, Phil Cantu from Mobile Toys, myself with my British hat on, Adam, Dave Kaz, and then Mike Wazowski right here with
Dalton.
Dalton. Yeah, like I said, Mike Wazowski. This was John Catalano. This is the guy who was taking the pictures. So had to get a shot in. And then
that one.
I'm trying. Where's it? Is it
that one?
This one? All right. So this is the Dalton pose. Had to get the Dalton pose in.
Yeah.
So pretty cool there. So this was us. This was Fernando and his excitement. Myself and Marty. All right. And then we have the rest of these are just this gentleman here. Fan of the show, big fan of the show as well.
Both.
Both of them.
Justin.
Justin.
Yeah.
And which was Justin?
Justin.
Like I said, I suck at names, man. I'm a face guy.
Oh my god. Justin is the one with the glasses.
Okay. And that they both have glasses. The gentleman here with the glasses on his head flew all the way over from Great Britain.
Jeremy.
That's Jeremy.
That's
Thank
Jeremy.
you. Yes. Now, see, it all makes sense. I remember once you tell me. Anyways, Jeremy is the one who gave me the cool British hat. He flew all the way over from Great Britain
to attend this event. Yeah, that was awesome.
He had a black tie. It was really cool. So awesome. And then like these are some of the pictures of the award stand. Yes. There's Brian giving his
that's awesome. That was
his
awesome.
speech.
Yeah,
it was a tearjerker if you haven't seen it. Jeff Smith coming up, and of course getting ready for the bro hug.
That was very cool, man. Dog is right there.
Yeah. So it's
a bunch of pictures.
I will. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Let's just go back here. There's a ton of pictures.
Yes.
I'll put a link in the show notes if you guys want to go look at these. At the end of the show, I'll go back in and put that in. If you guys want to dig into that, I don't want to take all of our time up with this. We had a wonderful time. This was definitely one of those super proud moments that
was a good event.
Yeah, it was a
definitely
good time for sure. On to the next event though, because they're stacking up. What's coming up next, Fernando?
What's coming out next?
Hold on. Welcome to the Clean Wire Challenge at Master Tech Expo. That's right. We have 8 competitors back to back. They're going to just wire it off. That's even a word.
No.
Okay. Welcome to. Oh no, that's Cardio Fab's job. He's got to do the builder.
That's right.
Anyways, Master Tech Expo is coming up next at the beginning of next month. If you guys haven't decided to go to that yet, what are you waiting for?
That's right. We have 21 days left. Come on, guys. You guys have to sign up if you haven't. And
pay the bill.
Pay
the piper. But Master Tech Expo is coming fast. We're going to be out there, of course, along with 8 of our competitors. There's going to be more than 8 people. It's going to be like lots of people.
That's correct.
That's coming up. We are located in Clearwater, Florida. So, Fang of Truth is asking for a sponsor because we don't want to let anybody down, and so let's do this. Mm-hmm. I'm going to pull this up, and
congratulations, Bobby.
We'll do a quick Grandpa.
Yes.
Do the quick sponsor, and then we will answer some questions as promised, as always. Did you guys know that Moscone Gladen at MosconeAmerica.com came out with a brand new amplifier? This is the one in the 1 series. This is the 6-to-10 DSP. This is a 6-channel amplifier. It's 100 by 6 at 4 ohms, and of course 100 and more at 2 ohm. We're going to be running it at 4 ohm more than likely. It is an AB class amplifier with 10 channels of DSP. So this means you can take this cool amplifier and look how sexy it is. You could build a whole system off of this. Oh, why did I keep hitting the wrong button on that one. So if you're interested,
wrong button. Still wrong button.
I know. You stop for a week. If you're interested in learning more information about the Moscone or the Gladen line, you can head over to Moscone-America.com. Check out the new 6-to-10 in the 1 series, AB class, 100 watts by 6, 10 channels of DSP. That means that you can do that 6 channels, like 100 watts. You got 100 watts for the front tweeter, mid bass at 4 ohm, 100 watts to the rear speaker. You can use 2 of the channels to get, let's say, a bigger 4 channel where you can take and you can put it on the front mid bass as well as maybe on 1 sub in the back. Or you can get a big mono block and you can get a bigger 4. There's a lot of combinations of things that you can do with having 10 channels of DSP. So pretty awesome there.
Yeah.
Teach them early about car audio and distortion. Trusted tech with the button. Having lots of fun. It's just a lot of stuff going on here, Elias. Okay.
Yes.
Anyways, so that's our sponsor for this current 15 minutes of fun and excitement. Did you forget that you're? Really, that's so sad.
I know.
It's so sad. Guys. It's so sad. You come back from gone for a week and you're tired.
I don't want to do nothing.
You just
stay here.
It's so good. Do you got questions?
I got questions.
I got answers.
All
right.
I need more money. That's my question.
Ooh, gonna pull the trigger on the 8.14 bit. What would be a good companion amp for more power? The companion amp.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole idea behind the Audison, the new Forza lineup is their companion amps. So
Yes.
they have 3 companion amps. So I would definitely check those out. This is like the Oscars for car audio, my type of event. It was, and there was tears.
And it's a lot of celebrities in there.
It was a lot of celebrities.
Of
there was,
car audio, of
yeah.
course.
I mean, man, could you imagine if they opened that, like if they had a balcony and they could open it up to people? That would be cool, like the fans and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like you guys need an assistant to click the buttons. Oh, we've known that from the get-go, man. It's just, but you know. It costs too much. I can't afford an assistant. Thoughts on running different manufacturers' speakers? Blam WS6, Clayton Aerospace 80pp, and Morel Picos, either in the dash or pods using Helix via TSP. You know, that's a good question. And it's funny because like Nick Wingate, who we've had on the show before, which works for this company up here, or Orca, he did a whole, during COVID, he did a whole like 2-hour training session on this particular topic. And I won't try to drag you through it, but one of the things that, okay, so there's a couple, I won't say one, it's just force of habit. One of the things that you have to keep in mind is the relationship between each one of those speakers and how they perform. When a manufacturer like Gladen designs like this mid-bass and that tweeter, they're looking at how those form the whole sentence. Okay, so from start to finish, when this rolls off, when this picks up, and that's important. Now, most manufacturers don't put out the frequency chart, meaning that cool little squiggly line that you see a lot of the times, like when you're on Audio Frog or Andy Waymar's page, where you can see the performance of the driver. And that's important because you have to, like, frequency response, just a number is not going to give you the information you need. You need to know, like, what this speaker does, like in a tweeter. How's the off axis on it? How low will it play? Will it meet up with the mid range? So there's a lot that you need to do. Now, there are tools that you can buy so that you can do the testing yourself, but that's kind of expensive. For one, you'd have to buy the speaker and then do the test and see if it's going to blend well with that. So do I recommend it? No, not unless you're planning on doing all the testing. The results, they could be perfect. You could be like, damn, this is the most amazing thing ever. More than likely, though, you're just going to be fighting something along the line. Manufacturers will make speakers, even from the cheapest to the loudest or the most expensive, have a certain sound signature to them. And when you mix and match them, you lose the whole effort that they've put into it. So do I recommend it? No. Feel free to do whatever you like, but keep that in mind. Plus, you know, it's, yeah, okay. I was trying to distract you when you were up on stage. You should have just called me on the phone like McNulty did. I mean, I think you sent me a text. I need a distraction because I was having a hard time focusing because my brain went.
A lot of people send you a message.
They did. It was great. Well, you know, it never goes, why did you take your phone out? Well, because the plan was.
So what was the plan exactly?
The plan was to take my phone out and hit record and film the whole thing. Okay.
And then take a selfie.
That was the plan. The plan went to shit as soon as they said my name. Plan went to crap. And I just went into autopilot. Like, that's why I said, I have to thank 2 people, which is my wife and daughter. I couldn't even say Haley and Susan because it just wasn't there. I was so like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm actually up here. I can't believe I actually won this. You know, it's like, you know.
No, that was great. That was great.
You know, why are you trusted tech of the year, Dean? I mean, I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know. Sound like a good idea at the time.
Because he was participating.
What was the story with Morel Booth in classes? Story? I mean, we got hired by Morel to help them out in the booth because it's just Casey and Natasha are the only people here in the U.S. Natasha couldn't make it because their daughter got sick before the event. So what happened there, we had planned on doing a whole bunch of content like we normally do, and actually some that we don't normally do. But because we had to pivot because their daughter got sick, which put a lot of stress on Casey because he's got to drive from Arizona to Vegas, knowing that his wife is at home with his sick daughter and she may need to go to the hospital. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on there. She's okay right now.
Thankfully, yes.
Yeah. So, but, you know, so we really had to lean in and help them out. We had to help set up the booth. We had to help take down the booth. We had to make sure we were there because he was sitting in the car doing all the sound demos. So that limited what we could do externally for all the other content that we normally generate, which is okay. I mean, that's what we were hired to do, so we did it. And then they also, we were brought in because we had sold them on a class we wanted to teach for them, which was telling the difference between the Virtus and the Virtus carbon nanos or nanocarbons, either way. So we built the pods, which you guys will see the video for the sound demo here real soon. I plan on editing it tomorrow during the Super Bowl because I don't care about the Super Bowl. I know, we'll get to that in a minute. So that's really what happened. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a great time. The class was awesome. Everyone loved the class. Everyone loved the sound demo. It was like, oh my gosh, you guys are doing a sound demo? That is so cool. And then like, oh my God, these things sound amazing. So it was really quite fun.
Very nice.
Yeah. My Blazers factory radio clips distorts around half volume. I plan to install a D5 1300. Is there anything I can do to be able to turn up higher volume, or I'm just stuck at half being max? You're never stuck. However, you may have to choose a different source. So for example, we know that most of us listen to audio on some form of external device. On a D6 1200, you have 4 presets as far as what you can do with the unit. You can make a preset 1, which is the factory radio and how you're going to utilize that. You can make preset 2, where you can change the inputs. You can plug in a external device or an AC BT25?
BT24.
BT24, the Bluetooth streamer. Okay. And you could actually just stream audio to the amplifier from your phone so that you can get a much cleaner signal. It all depends on how much time you're spending in the vehicle and what it is you're trying to do. So, no, some form of external source might be the better option for you.
All right.
Congrats, guys. What would cause white noise interference, but only for the first minute or so when the car is cold? The car is cold. It's just one of the components probably working outside of its like capabilities. I have no idea what he wants.
I have no idea. Okay. So I got this one. So
yeah, I'll hit it. Yeah. So it's probably just something working out, like it's too cold. I mean, I don't know what too cold is, but that's more than likely what's going on. Let me go to the next one. I don't have a great answer for that. I'm sorry, but that's, yeah. When setting up a DMA10, how do I set up the clip distortion, and is the Bluetooth dongle worth it? You set up the clip distortion just like you would any other clip distortion. You're going to play, some form of a noise without, test frequencies without it going off to the other amplifiers, meaning you don't want the speakers to try to reproduce this noise. So you're going to play your test tones, 40, 1000, and you're going to adjust it that way. If you have a factory radio that this is attached to, though, that's pretty much all out the window because it's going to depend on where the input EQ is on your factory, what EQ sound is coming, what EQ'd factory sound is coming into the DSP. At that point, it's anybody's guess. You want to look at that signal coming into the amplifier, and once I do that, I just start using dynamic music, something that has a lot of dynamics to it, and I do them manually. Yeah, I know. I do them Jeff Smith style. What is the deal with car manufacturers making it almost impossible to go aftermarket radios unless you spend money? Listen, man, car manufacturers have been trying to get us to stop tearing apart their cars for years. It's not like it's anything new. We're just trying to find new ways around it. They don't want people touching their stuff. I mean, think about it. Why? They just don't. I mean, it kind of sucks, but they just don't want people touching their stuff. Because they blame us for everything. Yeah, for sure. Oh, back to the, someone asked if it was worth buying the dongle. There are better versions of like Bluetooth streamers than that. That one just does okay. I supposedly they're going to push a software update for it, but we'll see. Does okay. User is just okay. Hold on, I gotta breathe. You deserve it. I just wanted to see what you would say. Back to the trusted tech thing. I know you. So this has just been. Listen, I'm not a fab king. I don't build boxes. I'm not doing all that fun stuff. Install of the year is different now than what it was, 5 years ago. I'm on the board, and we've tried to change things to broaden it open, so that now, in order to be installer of the year, you actually have to be a full-fledged installer. Like, you have to do fab, you have to do tuning, you have to do system design, you have to do installation, you have to understand integration, both cosmetically and electrically. So it's more than just a guy that can build really cool A-pillars. All right, so that's what we're trying to get. What makes a person trust a tech is the other industry people can trust the ideas and information Dean puts out when called upon. A person that teaches can call upon for real-world information when they're in a hard spot. That's number one reason a person is a trusted tech. Damn, Ray. There you go. Just that.
Just screenshot it and save it.
I'm going to actually. I probably
seriously
should.
like, dude, that's like, yeah, you know. That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I love Ray.
Yes.
So I need an iPad to go with my PAA3 to use the
IRTA.
No. If you have a So if you have a PAA3, you only need one thing to use the IRTA, and that is that's a 4-pin aux. 4-pin aux to RCA. Now, in the instructions for the IRTA, we show you how to make one of these. There's a ton of different versions of this that you can get. They sell one on Amazon that is this tip with 4 screw wires on it. But basically, you need something like this. This is going to give you, it's just yellow because we take this out of the Kenwood boxes. It's just so convenient. I think there's just I think if you scroll down, there might just be,
no, is that
okay?
That's it.
All right. Hold on, let me pull up Fernando's laptop here so we can kind of see what we're talking about. There in the bottom left, included in the box, it shows you that wiring diagram right there, headphone to RCA. No, it's fine. That's all right.
Trying to remove the.
Just hide current comment.
I can with my my left.
Well, you turn the because you turn the mouse upside down, and now I don't know where it's at.
It's in the corner, right there in the corner.
Dude, what did you do? All right, forget it. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
You just do it from your laptop. It's okay.
I can.
That's all right. Fine. It's okay.
Perfect.
Anyways, now this is going. Dude, what did you do to the mouse?
It's there. You don't have to.
No,
we don't move it that fast.
Why is it controlling my laptop?
I have no idea. Wow.
That's not good. Like, okay, how did it pair up to my laptop is all I want to know.
I know.
Okay, anyways, so this will plug into your PAA3. Dude, it's literally controlling my laptop. We just established that. So
that's crazy.
You know.
Anyway, so yeah.
Inside of the inside of the IRTA2, and the pictures we show you there is a jumper. You need to remove that jumper. What that'll do is that'll bypass the phone circuit that's inside of it and give you a full voltage output that the PAA3 or the PAA3X or the NTI or any of those need to see, or the audio control DMRTA need to see that full strength signal going into them so that they can work. Once you've done that, you're done. You don't need an iPad. You don't need anything else. All right. So now it worked on that. That was so strange. I shut the Bluetooth off on this. It's the crappy 5-inch screen that impossible to use backup camera. What's the first part of the question? I believe there was a first part to that.
This one. About it's too much money.
Oh, yeah. So, another thing too, like who's working on a bunch of kits is iData. So the cool thing about iData kits are that they're integrating in with a lot of the factory controls. So like the Mustang kits they're coming out with. So if you have like the 3-inch screen on the Mustang or the smaller screen on the Mustang, you'll be able to replace it with a 7-inch Pioneer screen. Hopefully one day Kenwood will get off their butts and they'll make a screen too. But yeah, it's a lot of fun and excitement.
Here you go.
Have you guys seen anybody in-car audio using the new Class D chip Encore or HyperX or Purify? I have seen Biketronics use UCD, but that is maybe 15 years old at this point. Patent's still on. I have no idea. Man, I have no idea. You know, Brian, the guy that I asked that question to, who would love to answer that question, is Joe from Kicker. Anytime he's on the Kicker Live show, that's the guy you want to ask, because that's all he does is like, he loves to tell everybody all that stuff. One day we got to get him on the show and have him on our show. We'll have a lot more fun with it. But I think the worst factory amp right now is probably the one that Pate's been dealing with for the Cadillac.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the,
I guess.
I know, that factory
Yeah.
amp. I mean, you disconnect the speakers, you get a check engine light.
Everything.
Everything gives you a check engine light.
Everything,
You know,
yeah.
plug the seatbelt, you get a check engine light.
Yeah. You open the door and you got check engine light. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing the morale boost story. You had mentioned on Instagram things changed during the show. Was just curious. I'm glad Natasha Oster feeling better. Love the morale sweatshirt. Oh yeah, no, we were gonna bring it up. It's just, yeah, it was kind of a bummer, but you know, hey, these things happen, man. And at the end of the day, as long as everything works out, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
So, we had a lot of fun. You know, Sunday we had to do our training, which was yelling at people for 3.5 hours because they thought it'd be a good. I wish I would have had this. If I'd have had this, man, I'd have been.
Yeah, but then Brian Mitchell would yell at you.
Hey, Brian, shut up.
Yeah, because that was right behind us.
Today we're going to talk about modern wire techniques. Baby. Oh, yeah. Do my Barry White.
You love the microphone.
I do. Please help with some info. I'm from Seattle, Washington. Oh. What kind of... Oh, did you get that one?
I'm going. No,
Okay.
I'm going.
All right. He'll get to that. Okay. Sorry. Have you guys heard of Stag? Yes. They are an Italian brand that is very difficult to get in the U.S. I didn't see them in the U.S. I saw them in Europe. But are priced very good and supposedly incredible. Kind of seems like they are snake oil. So, I don't know. But yes, they did have them in Europe when I was over there. I don't know if I got to hear them, but they were everywhere. Like, they had their whole little booth set up. You know, I'm one of those guys that can look at a set of speakers and be like, oh, those are pretty. I like pretty things. Now, do they sound good? I don't know, but they were pretty.
Yeah. All right. So this is Washington help.
I was reading that my PA3 coming from Israel is blessed. What kind of DSP should I use in a Lexus IF with 13-14 speaker stereo with Mark Levinson system? I want to put the JLW in it. Back the train up. All right. So what you didn't put in there was the year. That was the most important thing because it's got a 13 or 14 speaker stereo in it. You're not going to get away with a 5-channel amplifier. That's not ever going to happen unless they make an Amp Pro or something similar to it. Now, an Amp Pro is a device that is designed to interface with the stereo. Lexus is a Toyota brand, so some of the Lexuses do have the ability to do Amp Pros. A lot of them don't, though. So if you go to pack-audio.com, type in your make, model, year, and follow the instructions down, you can see if they make it. My guess is they don't. Now, here's the problem when you say it's a 13 or 14 speaker stereo. That Mark Levinson stereo is a badass DSP, meaning it's already DSP'd, it's already EQ'd, it's all set, ready to go. All right. Natan, who won, with his JBL speakers, actually uses a Mark Levinson DSP because he works for JBL. Believe it or not, JBL owns Mark Levinson. Anyways, so there's a lot of processing done. There's time alignment done. You can't just take like the tweeters, the mids, mid-bass, sum them together and put them into the front channels of the 5-channel and go to town. It's not going to work that way.
So just for example, if this one, I just picked 2010, right?
Well, yeah. 2010.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's 2010. So,
but right there, you have.
They make an Amp Pro for 2010.
They make them, yes.
As long as it's the right one.
I'm just saying, go to that website. We find
now. Here's what you got to keep in mind. for an installation like that, if they don't have an amp pro, you have to do what's called speaker for speaker or power for power, meaning whatever speakers you're planning on retaining, you have to add an amplifier to that channel. All right. So if there's a set of tweeters up there and they're teamed up with the mid-range, well, that's cool. That's 2 channels. So you can then replace those 2 channels with a mid-range and a tweeter. However, if it's active, like a lot of the Mark Levinson stuff is, which means that it's like the tweeter is on one channel, mid-range is on a second channel, and that means you're going to need 6 channels of sound in order to put speakers in that car. The nice thing is that the time alignment's pretty much already done, because when you sit in your car, you probably have some time alignment. But if it has a center channel, you got to figure out how active is that center channel in there, which means you may need to 2008. So you might get lucky. There might be an amp pro for it, because that's what you looked up. You found in 2010.
Yeah, I didn't look 2000.
But
whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go quick right here. 2008. Yeah.
Anyways, as I was saying, it can be very complicated to integrate into that, but a 5-channel amp ain't gonna do it. Nothing. Yeah, they got nothing for that car. So yeah, you're gonna have to change things up a little bit. Probably gonna want to look at something with multiple channels. Now, it's not that you can't use that 5-channel. You can. You're probably gonna need a second one and or a 4-channel also. So depending on how that is wired up, how you could implement that 5-channel amplifier is that, let's say the mid-range and the tweeter are both on just one channel. That means I can take channel 1 and 2 of that 5-channel amp and hook those up and then put speakers to replace them. If the mid bass and the doors, channels 3 and 4, I could take channels 3 and 4 off the 5-channel and do that. I could take my 5th channel, just power up the subwoofer, and that's it. That's all I can use that 5-channel amplifier for. If I wanted to amplify the rest of the speakers, then I'd have to buy more amplifiers to do that. When you have these big systems, it's very hard to just be like, I'm going to put a 5-channel where a 14-channel is. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen successfully.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they are pretty advanced in car audio sounds. You learn something new every day. Yeah, it does. Did you guys ever do any installs with German micro speakers because became a dealer and excited to see how they perform? No, unfortunately not. We still have them sitting on the shelf here. Rich from rvdfl.com has become the rep for them, and he's got a bunch of new products that he wants to talk about, and we have the German Maestro stuff, so we're going to get him on the show. We're going to put those in boxes so we can sound demo them and have a bunch of fun with it, but that's coming.
What's up, Jamil?
I need to talk to your wife on Monday. So she texted me, but I didn't text her back, and I thought she might call me, and then we all got busy. So I'm going to call her on Monday. So just let her know I'm gonna reach out to her Monday, probably morning-ish. And
for Master Tech?
Yeah, I want to try to get some stuff before Master Tech. So
okay. What's up, Mike?
Mike gave us some really cool shirts that his daughter made with the cricket.
Yes,
apparently, daughters are good with crickets. We got Mike shirts. We should take that to Master Tech.
I was thinking on Monday I'm gonna wear.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So sorry, I got that one.
Yeah, we got that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just answered it.
No, sorry.
No, that's okay.
I'm trying to look at the other one.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Just installed the RR2 with the 4660 NEX into my 2013 Camaro earlier this week, and I noticed I'm not getting turn signal chimes, but I do get like door chimes. Anywhere I should be looking for settings? Yeah, I think the settings for that are in the aux portion or the video portion of the. So what you're trying to find is Maestro settings, okay, or OEM settings. So you want to find OEM settings or Maestro settings, and each manufacturer kind of puts them in a different spot. Some call it AV, some call it aux, but that's where you want to go first and see if there's a chime level controller there for you to have. I don't remember what. I mean, I never had an issue with it with my Camaro. So there again, it could be something turned down, but yeah, you don't have to pull the unit out. It's just going to be in the settings of the radio. So, but yeah, you want to find OEM settings or Maestro settings or both. How were the demo cars at Knowledge Fest? What did they do differently in installs that was noticeable? The biggest thing they did differently was they sounded good. I mean, truth be told, most of the cars at Knowledge Fest sounded great. like we got to play with the Morel car. I got to hear Mike's car. Sage had the Bronco there with all the new M profile Kevlars. Dougie Fresh had the
uranium speakers,
ground zero uraniums that he built in his Audi.
Mm-hmm.
And Sage took me and said, dude, that is the best sounding car I've ever heard. So I was really bummed that I didn't get to hear it. So that kind of sucks. Andy Waymeyer had the new Audio Frog Volvo there. So, and there was dozens of other, or half dozen or so others that were there that people were all talking about. Alpine had their Tesla there with their Optima 8, I think is what it's called, their new 8-channel DSP Auto Sense thing. So there was a lot of fun and excitement going on that we didn't get to hear. But yeah, everyone loved Casey's car. The guys at Audio Systems Junior did a fabulous job on it. If you're out in California, anytime Audio Systems has a competition, I think Casey's been driving out there, so it might be worth making the trip to go check it out.
Yeah.
Active or passive two-way components, Tempo Ultra in the front and Tempo Integra coaxials in the rear deck of a 2020 Honda Accord Hybrid. I have the JL Audio Fix 86, VXI 1000 5-channel amp, and sub. Okay, so the only question I have is this a base model Accord with basic audio, or is this a premium Accord with the amplified system? Because that's important, because that's going to tell you what it is you can actually do with the car. So if it's a base model system, it's 4 channels of output, front, rear, sub, or front, rear, left, right. That's it. Super easy to integrate. Take a Fix 86, throw it in there, boom, 5-channel amp or whatever you want to do. Great, you're golden. Do you do active? Probably not. You're probably just going to keep it simple at this point. You just do front, rear, sub. It's going to sound awesome. Now, if it has the premium audio system, that's when this just all went down the toilet, because you don't have enough stuff to actually make it work at that point. Because with that system, you need 6 channels of input. You need something to amplify the center channel, because if you don't, it's going to sound terrible. And then obviously the subwoofer is fine, so you'd be missing an amplifier. 6 channels on the Fix 86 would be okay, as long as they can be discrete, which I think they can. Like you can have, because you have to have left, right tweeter, left, right, mid, center, sub. Then you could use the 5-channel amp just to power the front. The factory would have to stay on the rear, but you need something for the center channel, something for the subwoofer. So hopefully you have a base model. Hopefully, because that can get really sucky. Did you get to check out the Museway booth at K-Fest? Actually, funny you should answer. Yes, that was the first car I got to hear when I got there. Norton brought me over and was like, hey, man, come listen to this. Let me know what I need to do. And I did. I hopped in. I listened to it. I told him what he needed to do. He needed to make it louder. It wasn't loud. He was being really conservative on it. And I was kind of like, dude, what are you doing, man? People need to be blown away. Sounded really good. Once we got the volume up to where I like it, I was enjoying it. It's pretty cool. Small amplifiers. We had a meeting with them. We talked about to see if there's something there that, we want to have some fun with or not. I don't know yet. We're going to kind of play that one by ear and see how it kind of, see what happens. We got 2 guys there that we know. We had a good time. Hey guys, awesome channel. Congrats on the win. Any thoughts on Alpine 6-channel amp, the RA90S, and the 2-channel, the SA60M? It's a mono. 4-7 speaker system. Head unit has EQ, no DSP. I was also considering Rockford Fosgate amps. So the only complaint I have about that amplifier, that 90S, is it's big. It doesn't. The form factors of it. I get it. You're going with the S series, so like they don't have to match. If you got the room for them, that's a badass amplifier. It's got staggered power, which I personally love. So you can put lots of power to the mid bass, smaller power to the tweeter, smaller power to the rear. It's just a big footprint. Other than that, no, go for it. It's really nice amplifiers. Dean Fernando, what's up?
What's up, man? How you doing, buddy?
On my wife's vehicle, I'm using a Kenwood. Don't recall model. When I use my CarPlay and volume high, a bass note hits, the CarPlay disconnects, and I have to hit CarPlay again. So, two things. One, make sure the firmware is all up to date. That's important, believe it or not. It's super important. And two, could be a bad connection, either plugged in behind the radio or the cable you're using, or however that's connected. Those would be the two things I would check to make sure that they're okay. Because most of the time when we have a problem with anything CarPlay or Android related, it's a bad cable or it's a bad connection of the cable. Or it's just a cheap cable. So it kind of falls in the same category.
Sometimes the factory USB or the aftermarket USB that you're using, it becomes like, you know,
Wiggles.
bigger, and, you know.
Factory USBs and sometimes can suck.
I'm not saying it's that, but
no, but I mean that's where you look.
Yeah.
That's where you look. You know, these, if you're using like a factory USB retention, just try, you know, like pull it out, directly plug into it, see if that solves the problem. If it does, just discard the factory USB, maybe get the little nickel to put on the dash. If you're using a nickel, try bypassing the nickel and see if that fixes it, but obviously with a new cable. Is the Stinger Roadkill Ultimate is worth the extra money, or should I just pick up the Stealth? This is a question for you, Fernando.
Yes, it's worth it. I love that one. I would put that one instead of the Stealth, basically. Yes. So, yeah.
You know, I think it's funny is that you put the question up.
Hey, no, I have plenty, so I'm like,
okay, all right, hold on. Let me pay for the show real quick.
You do?
Yeah. Hey guys, audiocontrol.com. Remove that for me. Thank you. Audiocontrol.com is the place to go. Summer is fast approaching, and Audio Control just came out with a brand new ACX line of amplifiers. They had a 400.4 or a 300.4 and a 300.1, but they've upped that to a 650.5, a 600.6, a 600.1, and a 300.2, making it a 6-channel or 6 amplifier lineup. These guys are bulletproof. They can get wet. You can play with them in the water, and you can have a lot of fun with them. If you're getting ready to update and get summarized and you want sound on your vehicle that is going to get wet, damp, or otherwise, make sure to head over to audiocontrol.com and check out the new line of ACX amplifiers. They are just awesome. You can beat them with a hammer.
You can?
Don't beat them with a hammer.
Really?
Yes.
There you go. Everybody beat it.
I should have done that with my microphone.
Okay,
come on, come all.
All right, do it again.
Come one, come all, and check out the new ACX amplifiers from Audio Control. Thunder, thunder, thunder! Moving on.
That's it?
It's not just pretty lights, guys. It's a microphone. Okay. Doing karaoke afterwards. Hey, guys. Looking forward to seeing y'all next month. Dean and Fernando for my Rescue 911.
There you go, Kevin.
Can't wait. I can wait, but I mean, I can't wait.
Yeah, right. Next month, huh?
I'm not, dude. I got to get through this month. I don't even. That's probably going to be like between trips.
Probably.
Any suggestions for head units for a Toyota Tacoma with JBL? Debating between the Pioneer 706 and the Sony. Okay, Sony. Sony. If those are my three choices, the Sony wins every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sony,
that's not even a question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just go with the Sony. So out of that group, the Sony's the badass in the bunch. I mean, very few groups is the Sony not the badass in the bunch, but yeah, if you can get into the 9500, get the 9500 for sure.
Sorry, sure.
Guys. Hey guys, questions. Can component speakers be connected to its own channels on an amplifier like Focal speakers? And would that eliminate the use of the passive crossover? Yes, that's actually what we call going active. However, there are some things you need to know when deciding to individually amplify each channel of the speakers, like Focal. It's the crossover. So you can't just take a set of tweeters, take a channel of an amplifier, and hook the two up. What'll happen is the tweeters will blow because the crossover is not there. The amplifier in question needs to have the ability to cross the speakers over at the same frequency that the passive would cross it over, or a frequency that's close enough to what it would need to be active. So for example, like Focal strongly recommends that you cross their tweeters over at 5,000 hertz at 24 dB per octave slope. That means that your amplifier would have to have a high pass crossover of 5,000 hertz. Now, some amplifiers have that, and how you can tell is they'll have a 10-time multiplier switch. It'll say 10x. And what that's doing is that's taking the standard high-pass crossover, and whatever the frequency is, it's multiplying it by 10. So if you have it set to 350, it's going to be 3050. If it doesn't have the ability to do that, then you need to go with an external crossover. Commonly, we would just use a DSP at that point, or use a DSP amplifier. So anytime you see most modern installations that are active, it's usually coming through a DSP or a DSP amplifier. VXI, the Gladen we talked about, the audio control, the D6-1200, the
D4.800.
Thank you. These are all amplifiers that have this ability built into it through laptop. However, the LC version of the audio control amplifier has a 10-time multiplier switch, so you could get something like an LC 6-1200 and an LC D4.800, and you could set those up. Now, those are going to be done analog, meaning you're going to have to turn dials, which means you're going to need some way to check what you're doing. The easiest way to do that is using the SMD CC1, which is a crossover calibrator. I much prefer just getting a DSP amplifier and setting it up properly, where I just type in a number and I'm assured that's what I'm going to get. As long, So can you do it? Yes. Is it something that's great? Yes. Is it going to be any louder? No. A lot of people think it is. Oh, you get rid of the passive crossover, it sounds. No, not really. It's because the passive crossover, there's nothing wrong with it. This is going to be a debate that no one's going to win. Oh, passive crossovers suck, active better, blah, blah, blah. The reality is when you go to do it active, you have to recreate the crossover, and you also have to recreate the limitations that are in the crossover. So, for example, a lot of passive crossovers will help to attenuate the tweeter from the mid-range so that they blend well. When you're going to go active, you have to recreate the ability to blend. The nice thing is you can blend it your way. So you can custom blend the tweeter to the mid-range. That's the great thing about going active. Custom blend. Ooh, yes, it's like a mixed drink. You can custom blend that. So if you want your tweeter to come in hotter or not as hot as the passive crossover is, but that's also why on the passive crossover they have 0, -3, or +3 attenuation, so that you can go and adjust that passively. So there's advantages and disadvantages. The advantage of passive is that it's just going to go in and work, and you don't really have to think about it. And you do, most cases, have some kind of adjustment for blending the tweeter. The advantages of active is that you have all the adjustment you could possibly want, which is also the disadvantage of it, because you have to know what it is you're doing so you don't blow up your expensive speakers.
Yes. There you go.
I know. Stealth is thinnest material we make. Good material, but the least amount of dampening that we offer.
Yes.
So it's easy to work with, is basically what Jeff is saying.
It is. But he was looking for, his best for the money. Yes, the ultimate is probably the best.
It's the heaviest. It's the meanest.
Yeah, man, you're going to have, yes, I love that one.
Custom blend for her pleasure.
Yes.
I mean, why has it got to be her? Can it be you? Can't you custom blend it for your pleasure?
No.
No? All right.
No, nobody cares.
Dang. Okay. Morel two-way Tempo Ultras or Hertz Milli Pro two-way in front door 2020 Accord Sport Hybrid, powering off of the passive. I prefer warm and full sound. What do you prefer? Whew. Man, that's a tough one. I really like both of those speakers. We've never done the Tempo Ultras. Have we done?
I mean, we done it.
No, I'm just trying to think if we've done the Tempo Ultras in a Honda. I can tell you the tweeter and the Milli is probably going to be easier to put in than the Tempo Ultra tweeter is.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
You think so?
I
mean, the Milli Pros is big too.
Not as I don't know. Listen, you're splitting hairs, man. Pick one and rock it. I can't.
Which ones?
Yeah, exactly. I can't decide for it. I love both of those sets of speakers.
Yes.
It's tough, man. They're both warm. They're both full sounding.
All right,
they both
pick one.
rock out. I mean, I'm a fanboy. I'm going to pick my fanboy.
There you go.
But I'm not going to throw the fanboy in there, because this is one of those things where it's like, I would really have to. This if those were my two options, I would have to talk to them and be like, are we listening to hard 80s rock? What are we doing? It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. These are both awesome speakers. I like them both. Yeah. I like them both. if I'm DIYing it, I still think the Millie Pro tweeter diameter is smaller, which might fit easier in that factory location. But there again, I don't care. I have a laser. I'm going to make
it doesn't matter. Correct. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, El Fernandez.
Thank you, buddy.
I will try to have a great weekend.
I'm going to.
At? Oh,
Super Bowl.
Dude, that's the show.
Just down.
I didn't realize it was a show. Hey, guys, real quick, before we go, let us know who's going to win. Start typing in winners. I want to know who you guys want to win the Super Bowl.
Kansas City, the Eagles.
So let me know. Start typing them in. And just abbreviate so you can type fast. Do you guys run wires in the factory wiring trays under the carpet in newer vehicles? If so, are those usually divided for signal and power? If we can run wires in the factory wiring tray, yes, they are. We do it. Are they individually divided? Every set of wires we run are individually divided. So if you've ever seen me wire up an amp rack, you can see the pigtails coming off it. RCAs are in their own bundle, speaker wires in their own bundle, power wire in their own bundle. If we're doing an amplifier in the back of the car, more than likely what's going to happen is power down one side, signal down the other. We still do that, even though we probably don't need to. If it's going underneath the seat, it's the same thing. Usually the signal and speaker wires go up through the center console. Power wires will go down the floor rail. Even if it's on the passenger side, the power will always go out towards the floor rail, up, around, over, and up wherever it needs to go, through the river, under the bridge. But yes, anytime we can utilize any factory location for power runs, we do. But as far as individually shielding each or grouping each wire, always. It's just a force of habit. Honestly, with most electronics being the way they are now, some of these electronics are super good, and noise isn't an issue. But we still do it because it looks pretty.
I'm surprised.
What?
Like just one people pick Kansas City.
So what do we got?
The 49ers, the Lions. No, hey, listen.
Raiders. Really?
No.
So this is what the reason why I ask is this is what I expect from a bunch of 12-0 guys. They don't give a crap about football.
Really?
No, who cares, man? We're watching for the commercials. Hell yeah. All right, guys, listen, thank you so much for spending your weekend, your Saturday night with us. Thank you to ATG for loaning us this. It is cracked in the side. There's a big crack here in the side. It's been rocking in Bill's car for a while.
Yeah.
I dig in the lights. I think they're cool. I think it's pretty cool. Rihanna. There we go. We're all waiting to see Rihanna. That's it, guys. We'll see you back here Monday. Next week will be a normal week for us, so we'll get back to install diaries and all the fun stuff we do. You guys have a great time. We'll see you later.
Bye, guys.
Fade to black.